Welcome, everybody, to All About Articulation, where we do a deeper dive into the articulation of some of your favorite action figures while glossing over things like sculpt, paint apps, character history, accessories, because I suck at that, and there are already so many great reviews on YouTube who do that already, so I don't want to waste your time. Today, we are reviewing the Bandai SH Figuarts Into the Spiderverse 2 Spider-Man 2099. All right. I'm currently on the road visiting family in California, not home in New York City at the moment. So I'm just relegated to the guest bedroom. I don't have any of my equipment with me, but I thought to myself, hey, I'm bored. I ain't got nothing to do. I'm going to make a video. I brought my action figures anyway because I'm cool like that. And here we go. All right, I'm going to jump right into the articulation, and then after that's done, I'm going to go into my final thoughts and the spiel and all that stuff. All right, so without further ado, articulation. Here we go. Okay. 2 points of articulation at the neck, lower and upper. Upper articulation, he can look that far down. Okay? With utilizing just the lower. Can you see? Am I on camera? Hold on. Let me just make sure I'm on camera. Yeah. Oh, good boy. He's so tall. All right. Let me back up a little bit. So, yeah. Here's up, down. Utilizing just the lower articulation, he can go that far down. And he can go that far. Oh, nope. No movement going this way. Utilizing both upper and lower neck articulation, he can look this far down. Almost he can look horizontal to the floor, and he can look. Oops, the head popped off. Pop it right back on. He can look that far up. So good to great neck articulation. Great down. I would say good to very good up. All right. Let's go to the shoulders. He can hit a T pose. Actually, he can hit beyond T. He can hit into the Y. That's his Y pose, right? He's got butterfly joints, and we'll utilize that in a second. This is how far he can go forward. So he can cross his wrists like that. Very nice. Now, how far back can he go? Not much backwards butterfly articulation, I'm going to be honest. But it's okay. He can hit the front, which is all I really care about. The arm goes all the way around. We know how that works. The bicep swivel goes all the way around. We know how that works. Double jointed elbow. This is how much he can bend. I would say that's about a good 45 to 35 degree angle. He's got the multi-directional wrist joints that can go any way, which way, shape, and form. He does have these talons on the gauntlet talons that it doesn't really get in the way. It's very, very not hard plastic. It's brittle plastic, so be careful of that part there. But it doesn't get in the way of articulating at all. It does not get in the way of the fun factor, the posing, the playability of the figure. All right, let's get to the ab crunch. 2 points of articulation in the abs. Here's the upper in isolation. And here's the back extension in isolation. Here's the crunch, lower in isolation. Not much forward crunch in the lower. Here's the back extension with the lower in isolation. Not much either. And here he is utilizing both joints, crunching forward. And here he is extending the back using both. There is a bit of gappage, just wanted to point that out when you utilize the upper ab articulation. Doesn't bother me, but it might bother some people. Not much of a waist swivel and rotation at the waist. If you do want him to turn, you're going to have to utilize the upper diaphragm ball joint. In fact, the lower ab crunch, it doesn't really have much range of motion in any way, shape, or form. You can't really swivel it turning him left and right, nor can you really get that much extension or forward crunch. So really, that lower ab joint is kind of useless. All right, let's get to the hips. No drop down, okay, but he can hit a nice kind of split. Can't go all the way down. That's about as far as he can go. Like that. All right. He's got that waist, the upper thigh swivel that goes all the way around. We know how that works. Double jointed in the knee. He can almost kick his own butt, but that's a double jointed knee. He's got multi-directional ankle joint. He's got toe articulation. So he's great. I mean, he could hit just about any pose you need or you want. Just one point of note, that his kneecap comes off very easily. I don't know if it's going to come off on camera. Of course not. Whenever you want something to happen, it doesn't happen. But sometimes I'm just playing around with them. I'm posing them around. The kneecap just pops off. It doesn't break anything. It doesn't ruin the figure. It's just that literally that's just the kneecap. I think what I'm going to do is that I'm going to probably add, and if you're having the same problem, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to add a touch of maybe some crazy glue, some Gorilla Glue, and just pop that back in so it doesn't just pop out. And I looked at the structure of that knee, and the kneecap is just that. It's just a cap. By gluing it on, and just use a little bit of glue, don't overdo it, it's not going to affect any of the mechanism of the knee itself. So, yeah, that's that. Just one thing, he is very tall, as for those of you who saw the movie. They made Miguel O'Hara, as his name. They made him much bigger than he normally is portrayed in, like, the comics. And he's very top heavy, but he looks very long arms, very, very, wide, bulky torso. But then you look down and it looks like, wow, you really skipped leg day, dude. But that's just the style, right? That's how they animated the film. So that's how he looks. Yeah, so basically my final thoughts is that who's this for? It's, for diehard Spider-Man fans, Into the Spiderverse fans. You like imports, you like highly articulated action figures that can hit a lot of poses. However, this guy runs at about $125. Not cheap. Is it worth $125? I don't know. I think if I didn't know nothing from nothing, you just showed me this figure, you told me, hey, how much do you think this guy costs? I'd be like, I don't know, 90, 80 to 90 at 100 at most. I was kind of shocked at the sticker price of $125. I was like, $125? But I'm a sucker for Spider-Man, and I'm a sucker for well-articulated figures. So they got us. Like I said, I'm a sucker. What am I going to do? I like it. But I like it. I don't regret buying him at all. But it's not for everybody, and he can be expensive. So just bear that in mind. But if you can find yourself a good deal, someone's selling him secondhand on the cheap, pick him up. I think he's great, and he works really well. We'll see what Mafex does, but we know Mafex is going to release a version of 2099, but on I think the Spider-Man, their comic book classic Spider-Man body. That's kind of be more in line with the Carnage, but not exact body. Anyway, that's my spiel, and yeah, that's all I got to say about this. All right, hope you enjoyed it. Don't click like, don't click subscribe. Leave me a nasty comment. I don't care. Thumbs down this video. Right now. I order you. Thumbs down this video. All right? Thanks. Goodbye.